Hey, St. Paul's community and friends. I was saying prayers with Dot last night, and it was just a cool prayer moment, so I wanted to share that with you. We're going to be working in the weeks to come to uh, offer resources for your continued faith formation and spiritual growth, especially in this unsteady time. So here's one, just getting you started. Last night, Dot and I were praying before putting her to bed, and I was saying a prayer. Dear God, we are so grateful that you are our rock in these unsteady times. And after a brief pause, Dot said, Dad, I don't know if you should use that word, rock. And I said, oh, why not? She said, well, rocks just sit there and don't do anything. So I don't know if you should use that word about God. And I said, oh yeah, you got a pretty good point. What word should I use? She thought for a second and she said, heart. You should use heart. And so we continued our prayer. Dear God, our great heart, we thank you for pumping life and love into us at times like now when we need it most. Amen. And it later brought to mind a story about the disciples out in the storm on the water. They are terrified, afraid that they will perish because of the storm, and Jesus comes to them, and Jesus says, take heart, it is I, do not be afraid. And so I think for some of the days to come, we are going to be praying to God our heart as we try to take heart ourselves, and encourage you, whether on your own, in journaling or in conversation with family members, talk about an image of God that might be most meaningful to you right now. Maybe it's not God our rock. Maybe it's God our heart, or God some other image that brings out the meaning of who God is for us. And I encourage you as a devotion to discuss that or journal about that, and then pray to God using your image. And so for today, take heart. We will see you again, and in the meantime, we will be in touch.